Welcome back, everyone, to some more Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I changed my mind. These battles, they seem like they're going to be tough. The level requirement for this level is much lower than any of the paralogs, so I decided that I just come straight here. So next episode will definitely be story, and plus since I had some more supports, because that's what we're going to be doing for this episode, I figured, might as well do the supports, and then we get back to the story, and then maybe I'll see. But I got some amazing abilities, but I'll explain them at the beginning of the next episode. For now, I'm pretty sure I checked, and this will be all of the supports with the Blue Lion members with each other, aside from Dimitri supports, obviously, because, Oh, and Dedu. I'm pretty sure Dedu doesn't have, which is interesting. So I will not have all their supports until a while. Like, it's forced. I actually like that concept. Often wish games, would do little things that would make sense within the game, and definitely not having Dimitri have supports makes sense. So honestly, Felix has quite a bit, so let's start with him.
Felix!
You, what is it now?
Oh right, wasn't she training with him?
Do not fret. I have not come to ask you to chop wood. I have other things to speak of with you. You said that for one to live, they must also be prepared to kill.
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me, I am not finished yet. During this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your own life.
Well, I think he's got that covered.
If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Yeah.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill, only to live. Is that not so?
That's what I was thinking before. I just, wanted to watch the scene play out.
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me.
I think Felix is echoing my thoughts. I'm not sure. Still, I said that whole theory that I had, I think 2 episodes ago, which if you missed that, I found some information out in the Abyss. I definitely go see what I had to say there, because I think it makes a difference. But no matter what Edelgard's plan is, for me, the kingdom alone, especially if you take Sylvain's situation and Hilda's situation, both are in situations where their house is supposed to be defending their area, and it relies heavily on the power of their crest. So if you take away their crests, then they can no longer defend their area. Plus, those areas are not in Fulton. So even if you do take care of Fulton, that doesn't guarantee, maybe it'll secure peace within Fulton, but what about the other areas, like Elmira, for example? Like Felix is saying, it does seem like a fantasy that eventually no one will fight each other ever again. I mean, sure, you might have the world all under one, but I still think there will always be conflict, And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. There can be good conflicts as well.
What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword. That's all I know.
Sorry, I just, it was thought-provoking.
In a world without strife, warriors like me would be lost souls.
And that's another thing, some people, they start wars because if wars aren't going on, people don't profit, and this, that, and the third.
It's tragic in a way. We fight to bring peace, and then, if we achieve it, we lose our purpose.
Yeah.
I do not think that is anything you should worry yourself over. If the war ends and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for you to do.
Oh, that's such a dull concept.
What a generous offer.
And you will never be short on fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose.
I think that'd be hard for him to do.
It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime.
And what would that be?
I'm intrigued. I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Oh, that brings me such joy, Felix. Together, we can make this a reality.
Another thing I've been wondering about is why would Flane support Edelgard? To me, that just doesn't make sense. Like, unless it's literally because we saved her life, so if we want Edelgard, I guess she'd go with us. But, well, we'll see. We'll see.
I can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables rather than people. I will greatly enjoy the day when we inhabit a world like that.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that I don't think world peace is possible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, as long as there are people, people will fight. We can probably, you know, de-escalate the level of the fight, but I do think that is something that always happens. Alright, well, do we have any more flames? Who are other Right. No, I really don't. The only other one would be Dimitri, who I am very intrigued in, but as you know, he's not available. Alright, well then I guess Leonie next.
And that's how it's done.
Good to know. There are so many differences between bows and blades.
Ignore me.
Yes, you're a quick learner, Leonie, and quite a good teacher as well.
Must be Captain Gerald's influence.
Perhaps.
The weather, the terrain, the enemy's feelings. You have to find ways to make it all work for you.
I agree. A warrior can't stick too closely to predefined tactics.
Very true.
That's quite shrewd. You're impressive for a girl.
My boy!
For a girl? Come on, you're past that. Looking down on your opponent is a great way to fall into a pit trap, isn't it?
I mean, let's look at who's the one in charge of this entire war. Come on, Felix.
I suppose that's true.
Glad you remember.
I still have much to learn.
And
not only about swordplay, but also about thinking on my feet.
in fact, now that I think about it, if I have to, you know, think of an all-star team, most of them in this game, well, I mean, if I think of the most OP unit, Lysithea comes to mind. Also, if I think of, you know, just a solid unit in general, Leonie would be the one that comes to mind. Though, in the Blue Lines, you know, you got Dedue. Dedue is definitely, I feel, the strongest tank. Archer-wise, I don't know, because I haven't tried Bernadetta out yet. Though, if Leonie counts, then that's kind of hard. I don't know. I would like to, once I do the Black Eagles, see what I think on what would be the best team if you're using all three houses.
I hope to learn more from you, Leonie.
Count on it. We'll come up with plenty of new ideas if we work together. Guess that means we're partners, doesn't it?
We're what?
Partners. Friends who help each other improve.
And to this day, I still don't think Leonie is meant to end up with anyone.
Huh. Partners. That's not bad.
Not at all. Looking forward to working with you, partner.
Likewise, partner.
Though honestly, she seemed to have better chemistry with Felix than anybody else. But I'm not getting it for that. Just wanted to see what her rank would be. I guess I should do Eloise eventually. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Alright. But now the main two.
Now the flowers are all taken care of. Huh? Felix? Why are you hiding there?
Is he? Is it because he wanted to hear you sing and he didn't want to bother you?
I'm not hiding.
Oh.
No? Then what are you here for? You don't even have a real reason, do you?
No, I don't.
Then why?
Because of you.
Nani?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
I want you to sing for me.
Okay, let me roll some of that back.
I hear your voice when I'm asleep or in battle. It's like I'm your captive.
Just a quick side note, if you don't remember, actually I can think of only one other Fire Emblem game where this is the case. No, didn't Ninian, I believe Ninian's voice was powerful too. But sometimes, it's also singers instead of dancers. So they kind of fill the same role, and even in this game, Dorothy is a singer. Just saying, I think it was a good choice to make Annette a dancer.
My captive? What are you saying? Oh my, I'm suddenly really flustered.
And yeah, that's a statement.
I can't help it. I don't know what I'm saying. Forget I said anything.
This is a different side of Felix, though.
Felix, are you blushing?
I don't know. Shut up.
What?
I'm not blushing.
That doesn't look right. I don't recognize this man.
Well, if you feel like that about it, I suppose I could sing for you sometimes. If you like that sort of thing.
Oh? I'd better go. Bye.
Just like that?
Hey, wait! You just got here. Do you want to hear me sing or not?
Yes, I do.
Though I'm not gonna lie, I like Annette's songs too.
Well, what song do you want me to sing? Bears, swamp beasties, foxes, or dungeon?
That's a choice.
I'd like to hear all of them, if you don't mind. Starting with the library song in full. Sing for me. Please, Annette?
Yo, this is a different man right now. I never thought I'd see something like this from Felix.
Well, okay. Just this once.
Since we have had that whole whatchamacallit, support, and I said what I said about Happy. Actually, I didn't fully say what I wanted to say about Happy. Annette has always been my favorite. I mean, if you think about it, I've had all three of them since the Golden Deer, so I've had an idea of their character. In fact, Annette first sung, was it one of her first supports I saw? With Claude? That was... I'll probably remember. In fact, I think I made a separate clip saying this is why I'm glad the supports are voiced. Because if they weren't, would not have had as much of an impact. And I'm getting off track. All that to say, and that's awesome. But for me, her, Lysithea, and Bernie, and Marianne. Anyone else? Oh, yes. Flayn. All of them are in the protect category for me. So that does not mean, if you hadn't heard me say that before, that does not mean they aren't my favorite characters. In fact, I think it's very clear that Lysithea is one of my favorite characters. Alright? Let me just... In fact, I don't know how I would rank everybody. That's another... I gotta... Just for, personal reasons, I gotta put Claude at number 1. Just because I feel like it's not just the character themselves, but also how they do... the experiences I go with them in battle that shapes that. So I can't forget when Claude and I went on the first battle with Kranya, and he got that crit that he shouldn't have gotten, and just how we synced with our mindset most of the time throughout the entire playthrough. I said it before, but Claude's just one of my favorite lords in Fire Emblem in general, if not my favorite. I have to think about that, but anyways, let's continue on to Mercedes. Okay.
Do you need something? Let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't need anything. I was just hoping to talk to you, Felix.
When I said you could be near me, I meant on the battlefield. You're pushing it a little too far. You better not start calling me Emil.
I wonder if, would this change depending on when I saw it? Because I'm pretty sure, like 99.99% sure, the Death Knight's Emil. And we have a paralogue that I think will show his true face. And apparently involves Casper, so I'm not sure what that's all about, unless Casper had a bond with him. Maybe. I haven't played the Black Eagles yet, but...
You know, I'm not just using you as a stand-in for my brother. I don't mean to upset you. But I've come to realize that you two don't have that much in common after all.
I would think.
I don't understand. Why are you hanging around me if not to replace your brother?
It's not that I want to be near Emil, but I want to be near you.
What?
How embarrassing. It must sound like I'm coming on to you.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Regardless, you've made it clear that you don't want me around.
No. It's not that.
Good. Then I'll continue to spend time at your side.
Well, yeah, he kind of fell into that one.
What a perplexing creature.
Well, you know, we don't have to be creatures.
What's that? Did you say something? Never mind that. Why don't we go out for a nice cup of tea?
I can't think of a reason to refuse your invitation, so I suppose I have to accept.
Why? Who is this man? That you know what? Yeah, I can't. I do not know how Dimitri's A ranks are gonna go. That's just like I feel like he went backwards almost. You know? Like, is this even possible anymore? Like, look at this man. Well, anyways, those were some great ones from Felix. I still have these two to finish, but his house ones were good. And I can see him slowly changing. Especially when it comes to flame support. Alright, who next? I think we'll go with Mercedes and Constance.
What's the use? Even with all I've learned, I still don't understand.
Hello, Constance. I hope I'm not interrupting.
That was a weird little spot there.
Not at all. I was just in need of a sympathetic ear. I found a magical scroll, which, unless I am mistaken, should relieve me of my woes.
And how so?
Oh, wonderful!
Not so fast. The magic within this scroll is a type I have neglected to study.
Is it, white magic? I could see that.
It pains me to admit this, but it may take decades of going back to the basics to grasp it.
Decades? That's a long time to spend with your nose buried in an old piece of parchment.
Yeah, that is true.
Why must the goddess dangle a solution before me, only to cruelly pull it away?
Well, and one, so this had nothing to do with that.
There's no need to despair. To tell the truth, I like you just as you are.
You do? Why? Those low moods of mine have never done anyone the least bit of good.
I beg to differ.
You're like a little sister to me. Nothing you do will change that. Not even a little bit.
Really?
Of course, you're my sweet Constance, and I like you just as you are.
And I have to co-sign on that. Yeah, what Mercedes said.
I see. Perhaps my moods are not the great burden I thought they were.
Like, I'm not trying to have her change at all. Unless it's something that she wants. If she doesn't, then I'm like, alright, cool. I accept them for what they are and are part of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pressure you.
Exactly.
No matter what decision you make, I support you.
I felt no pressure, I assure you. It's more that I feel embarrassed to have been embarrassed.
I feel that.
I'd put so much effort into finding a magical means to alleviate myself that it never occurred to me that maybe all I needed was to accept myself.
Well, Constance, that's a line. I think many people can relate to that. You know, you go chasing after something only to realize, you know, what you're looking for, it's just in here.
What will you do with the scroll you found?
Oh, I'll continue to research it, for research's sake if nothing else, but I may have no need of it. It's not as if these moods of mine have ever hampered my efforts to restore my house.
Now that I'm slightly surprised on, but if you say so.
And I am as a sister to you, no matter which face I present, yes?
Exactly. No matter which one I'm talking to, Constance is Constance.
Nothing, no mood, no foe, no obligation, will keep me from honoring my sisterly duty to protect you.
Just as a random side note for those of you who know, that'd make an interesting concept for a CPU. Moving on.
We can protect each other.
Good. It is settled. Now we can begin the hard work of reclaiming our titles.
Absolutely. We'll become sister sages and restore our houses to their former glory.
I do wonder how they'll end up. Like, what their endings will be.
You understand the plan perfectly. If we walk this path together, it can only end in triumph.
I mentioned Constance's skills. I'll just say it. I want to keep what Constance and Happy got a secret until I know more people are watching. I know supports aren't always the episodes people want to watch. Nevertheless, I know some people enjoy them, and some people really like them, so I will definitely not stop, especially since, I'm the main one who wanted to see everything. Let's go over to Ingrid and Sylvain. Let's see. I've been interested in this one.
Hey Ingrid, how are you? I mean, what are you? Are you, off to train again?
It is unlike you to be so nervous, Sylvain.
No, I'm headed to town to buy supplies. But I'll be training after that, naturally. Why?
Oh, I just thought you looked serious as ever. I guess that part of you hasn't changed.
Of course it hasn't. I am as I ever was.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling some different type of way right now.
You're being weird. Have you always been this weird and I just never noticed?
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. By the by, have you, fallen for anybody recently?
No subtlety at all with this guy.
Don't be ridiculous. What are you even bumbling on about?
Of course it works since he's known Ingrid for so long.
Well, everyone's been talking about how you got really, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Just, all of a sudden.
I find this, it's nice how you can tell he's being genuine because he's not as confident anymore.
Oh, you must be referring to the makeup.
Or,
It's not a big deal or anything, just experimenting.
wait, you did? That's interesting. But, I was trying to say that he didn't really care about the outcomes before, but he does care about the outcome now. So obviously it makes him nervous. Before, he didn't really care, if it went one way or the other. I think that is the best way to describe it.
I'm still learning. Did I mess something up?
Huh? No, I think it looks good. You did surprisingly well. I mean, considering that it's you.
Well, that's a backhanded compliment.
Very funny. But I must say, I'm a bit surprised. It's unlike you to stumble over yourself this much.
What? No, I'm not. I'm just, curious about why. All of a sudden.
That's a good point.
Why what? Why I'm wearing makeup?
I'm still guessing it's for a guy. If I had to try and guess what sort of guy, I suppose I'd say... Felix? No, wait. I'm forgetting the royal line. Dimitri would be a way better catch.
Have you seen Dimitri currently?
Wow, way to make assumptions.
Is it one of the knights? If it's not them... Wait. Could it be me?
You're not supposed to ask that.
Don't make me hurt you.
No need for violence. It was just a joke. I mean... It's not a joke that you're beautiful, but I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything. Promise.
Yeah, this man he's out of his element right now.
Beautiful, huh?
Wow. I think that was a good relationship for them. One thing I do want to comment on, though, is that I'm not really, I think it's that I'm not really much of a shipper. It's more for the first game I think that had supports like this was, it was Awakening, right? And in Fire Emblem Awakening, I just played the game and then characters got together. And it got to that point where, because, you know, it's the supports, I think they worked similar, if not the exact same they did in this game as far as how you get them up. Units fight by each other and then they unlock their ranks. But in that game, since, you know, I was still new to it, there were supports in previous games as well, but they didn't matter as far as relationships, and I saw some weird pairings. So after that, I went and got a document, and I was trying to see who would make the most sense. So that's just gotten to be something that I do when it comes to Fire Emblem games, especially since what I'm looking for the most is the endings, right? Like I was just saying, what I'm curious about Constance especially Constance, is does she make it to House Nouvelle? It's just, I'm trying to see what ending I like to see. You know, it's not necessarily that I'm trying to pair students up. Like I said, I think Leonie deserved, like, it fit her to, as sad as it is to say, be by herself. I just thought that fit, so. Anywho, just wanted to say that. But now, let's go to Ash and Marianne.
Oh, Marianne, are you confessing again today?
No, I was waiting for you.
Say what?
For me?
I wanted to apologize.
Right.
You kept trying to encourage me, but I just avoided you in return.
No, I'm the one who should be sorry. I only wanted to give you some advice, but I ended up running you off.
Well, yeah, that wasn't your best attempt at that, I will admit.
Can I tell you something, Ash?
Of course.
You said that my crest is an extraordinary gift, but I don't agree with that at all. Don't people have more important qualities?
That is true. That is true.
What do you mean?
Like, how much we help those around us.
This is just reminding me of how much Marianne grew. I remember that one quote she had, probably just played it, because I don't want to mess it up, but...
Or whether or not we can make other people smile. Sylvain says that a person's value is in their smile.
She mentioned Sylvain in this too?
Sylvain, huh? He really can turn anything into a line.
I would love to experiment and see if these lines pop up or not, because how do they even know I had a support with Sylvain and Marianne?
I'm trying to be less negative. I've also realized that I should have a dream to pursue like you do.
Actually, let me look. Could this have made sense without that? Yeah, it would be awkward.
I think people who have something to work toward are more fulfilled. Yet here I am, living an empty life without a dream.
That still sounds kind of negative to me.
Yeah?
What does being fulfilled even mean here, anyway? Are you saying that people without dreams live empty lives? I don't agree with that.
Whoa. Oh, speak to me, Ash. Hold up.
When I was a kid, I was too busy worrying about my next meal to have a dream. Was my life empty then?
Interesting.
That's not what I mean at all. I just don't know... I don't know how to find my dream.
Hey, chin up. Maybe I can help.
Yo, Ash? If I hadn't specified this, Ash is definitely one of my as far as the guys goes, he's definitely one of my favorites. Which is ironic because I didn't think much about him before we got to the Blue Lions. I apologize, Ash. But that's why I say supports are important.
I'm sure we can come up with something for you in no time if we put our heads together.
You'll help me?
Absolutely. Unless, you don't want me to, of course.
No, I would appreciate that. I want to find something worth working toward. Together, with you, and with my head held high.
Oh, that's a nice one. In fact, I don't remember. Did Marianne ever come up with something like that? A dream? I don't think so. Wait, Ash and Cyril? Wow, I've been trying to prioritize the other stuff, and I still agree with that. This is Ash's last support besides Casper and... Wait. Yeah. He doesn't get another one with Dimitri, so...
Is something the matter? Your heart does not seem to be in your training today.
I'm sorry. Something's been bothering me.
Idle thoughts do hinder training. Tell me what bothers you.
You were sworn to protect the royal family.
Yeah?
But when we met 5 years ago, you weren't in the kingdom capital. You were in Garreg Mach.
Mm-hmm.
What could have made a great knight like you abandon his vow?
Well, that's a heavy question, Ash.
That is difficult to explain. You are aware of the tragedy of Duska? When the king's party was massacred 9 years ago.
Dang, Dimitri's been holding that in for 9 years.
I am. It affected me too. My brother was suspected of being involved in the attack. And so the church, they...
Forgive me. That must be a difficult memory.
Well, I think for both of you.
Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault.
Well, I think he blamed himself for it.
I disagree. Had I been by His Majesty's side on that day where I was sworn to be...
I still wonder, Gilbert, like, could you have helped? Like, all the others died.
Perhaps His Majesty would not have lost his life, and all would be different.
Like, is Dimitri's father the type to abandon his soldiers? I mean, not that I think that that would have been... Well, I guess it would kind of look bad for your king to survive, whatever. Oh, I don't know. Either way, I don't think I'd necessarily... I feel like he wouldn't have left. I don't know him that well. Like, I've only seen one scene of him, and it could have been an altered scene, but...
Is that why you left Fargus?
Yes. You may laugh, but I feel I was responsible for everything.
I would never laugh at something like that. But I do think you should have seen things through to the end.
That's true, Ash.
Even if you had to endure dishonor for a while, you could have restored your name.
You're sounding exactly like Annette.
I'm sorry. That was inconsiderate of me. I got carried away by how much your situation resembles my own.
You were adopted by Lord Lonato, correct? I once told you that I wish to protect one thing other than my king. And that is my family.
Well, that's good to hear, Gilbert.
My wife and my daughter, both of whom I left behind in the kingdom. Lord Lonato took up his sword for his son, even if that meant turning his back on the goddess. As a father, I cannot condemn Lord Lonato for raising an army. Yet, perhaps he too lost sight of what should be protected, just as I did.
Even the people who are still there?
I don't understand what you mean. What should Lonato have protected?
You and your siblings?
You, Ash, because you are also his son.
You're right. I think I know what I need to protect now. It's been staring me in the face all this time. I don't know why I couldn't see it. I'm Lonato's son.
Mm-hmm.
His pride and his wishes are my inheritance. Those are what I should protect.
I see. Ash, you will be an excellent knight.
Of that, I have no doubt.
It's too early to say that, but I'm willing to learn if you'll teach me.
It would be my pleasure to oversee the training of a new generation.
Okay. I like that one. And I think I'm rounding up the corner on Gilbert's supports as well. Well, oh, well. Our A rank should be interesting. Not sure what I'm gonna do about these. Well, I'm gonna try to get. Yeah, I should get them, right? I should get them. It's as simple as that. All right. Is there any other? Well, yeah, but like, it makes thematic sense. Oh, what the heck? Let's just go to Gilbert.
Hello, Father. May I have a moment?
No music this time.
Of course.
I read all your letters. You never stopped writing them, did you? My birthday, Mother's birthday, every possible occasion, without fail.
Yes.
So why didn't you send any of them? If you had sent even one, we would have...
Each time I thought to send one, I could not do so. Such behavior belittled my penance.
I could see how you would think that.
Time passed, and with it my feelings of guilt toward you and your mother grew.
Yeah, the longer it goes, you know, the harder it gets to send it.
Even though I wrote the letters, I could not send them.
I would always talk about it with Mother. If only he'd write us at least once, we'd say. We waited and waited. All those long years.
I am sorry.
I'm tired of hearing it, so just stop. Your apologies change nothing. Send those letters to Mother. She'll be happy to hear from you.
No, that's what you should do.
I cannot.
In that case, why don't I send them?
I have given them to you. They are yours to do with as you wish.
I still hate to see Gilbert in this position, you know? He should at least try.
All right then. I'll send them. You don't get to take it back afterwards. Father, you should know that they made me happy.
Happy?
Knowing that you were thinking of us all along. We were worried about you, Mother and I. Neither of us ever came out and said it, but
You're wondering if he abandoned you?
we thought maybe you hated us. We're trying to forget all about us.
Yeah, that's a logical conclusion, I feel, to come to. One of the, you know, facts that you had.
Never. I swear it on his late majesty and on my homeland.
Oh, geez, that's... You know he means it then.
I see. All right, then swear. Swear that someday, when this war is over, you'll come back to us.
Yeah, Gilbert, that at least you gotta do, man. You at least gotta do that.
I hear you, Annette. I will return without fail.
No matter what. That's a promise you just made. If you break it, I'll never speak to you again.
I don't blame you on that one.
Yes, I promise.
Great. Now I'm positively elated. I can't wait until we're all a family again.
That's a strong reason for fighting in the war.
I look forward to it, Annette. More than anything.
Well, hopefully that's a happy ending. I don't imagine anything will happen that will bring the two of them apart. If it does, I think it's completely my fault, because I lost one of them. Alright, well this is probably meant to take place pre-time skip, but still.
And that should explain it. Did you understand all of that, young Annette?
Yep.
I did. Thank you very much. Oh, but I was also wondering about this part here.
Even the way she's
It's a
talking.
bit off.
Questioning something like this is proof that your understanding has grown. Most impressive. Sit there, and I'll put this on the blackboard so you may copy it into your notes for later study.
Alright, if that's how you want to do it.
Wonderful. I can't wait.
I believe that should explain everything, yes? Any further questions?
I wish I had gotten all their pre-time skip supports before we got to this point, because I can certainly notice the difference in tone.
None. Thank you so much. I feel so great.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really sorry for taking up so much of your time, though.
But I don't want to just miss out on this completely, so...
Not at all. Not at all. Your intellectual curiosity is marvelous to see. And you have a top-notch character. Keep on as you are. and I sense a bright future for you.
No arguments with me on that, Hannah, man.
Really? That's so nice of you to say. I'll do my best. I'm honored to be your student.
If only your friends would learn from your example.
What you mean? Well, if you mean Merced is... Well...
Yes, a classroom full of attentive, studious pupils would be quite refreshing after all these years.
But I think that also includes Lysithea, you know, her rival. Like, that you can't get much... Actually, Lysithea and Hannah have a support, which I need to finish.
Have a good evening, Miss Annette, and do not hesitate to ask any other questions.
I won't, thank you. Goodbye for now.
Wait, you'll trip if you leave like that.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
You know, I'd be tempted to... No, we're not going back to pre-time skip. Or, I easily could have went to the extras and seen her support where it was with their pre-time skip form, but I think that'd even be more weird. Alright, I got Yuri's. Oh, I forgot, technically, Yuri is also an option, right? And I think he will be the last option. Oh, no. What? Okay. I just saw this joke in the comment section for last episode. How someone was mentioning the fact that Gilbert was married, prompted a bit more of a problem than an age difference when it came to Catherine. I'm just gonna point that out. This is me, right? Yeah, this is me. What are Gilbert's other... What is going on? What in the actual... He only has an A rank with Annette. And I guarantee you there's nothing's gonna happen with him and Dimitri. Gilbert, what the heck's our A rank? I don't know how I feel about that. Yuri? Okay.
Looks like I've got them all.
Am I interrupting?
Nah, just wrapped up what I was doing. Need something, friend?
Oh, what did he just wrap up?
Oh, you mean this?
Oh!
I use it to write down the names of everyone I've lost over the years.
Really?
We lost a lot of lives back in the war. Some of them were only with me a little while. Some of them were family to me.
What do you mean back in the war? I thought we're currently in the war.
Is what I write in this one. I used the old one to practice writing like the Elder taught me, way back when. Then, I repurposed it. Somewhere along the way, I figured I should record the names of those I've lost. The ones I failed to protect.
Is that not too hard on you? I would think looking through a book like that would be sad.
There's nothing we can do for the dead. Not in this world. Not really, anyway. And it's not like we know what happens after. So writing their names down here, that's all just for me. For the one who's still around. After all, they deserve to be remembered. Even if they're not here to see it.
I do agree with you on that.
We all shared the same dream. They lost their lives to build that dream. And as their leader, it's on me to remember them, however I can.
You know, this is kind of bringing me up to the whole Randolph situation. I don't want to... I figured I'd wait till a later time to bring it up, or just, when it comes naturally, but... I didn't get the same vibe from him as I get from someone like Yuri. Not to say that Yuri's way is the only way. I just felt that with him mentioning, that he has a family, it didn't seem to me like he was thinking about everybody else who has people that they care about. Because if I was in his position and I just, I made the command that made a bunch of soldiers, they lost their lives based on my orders, when we had more soldiers and I fell for a trap, even if I got a lot of them out of there was still a lot of them who lost their lives. And then after he's captured, he says, please, I have a family. To me, it seemed like he wasn't, again, just to me, like he wasn't acknowledging what happened with, like, everybody else has family too, or at least mostly everybody has somebody that they want to go home to take care of. So yeah, that's a heartfelt gesture.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Whoa!
And here I thought I was just the heartless villain in your eyes.
Nah, your supports have shown me otherwise. Actually, your actions, period, have shown me otherwise, but your supports even more so.
Well, anyway, make of my notebook what you will. It doesn't matter much to me. If you go before I do, I'll make sure to add you in here as well.
Well, that's a nice thought, but that's not gonna happen. You intend on putting my name in your notebook?
You heard me. I mean, you're not exactly one of my people, per se. At this point, I do have to admit that I can count on you.
Well, I'm happy to hear you say that.
I kinda get the sense that if I hang around you, that dream I've been grasping for will become all the more real. So, do me a favor and don't go dying on me, okay?
Roger that. Same to you.
It'd take a lot to get rid of me. I was born under a particularly lucky star.
You don't say.
Cat got your tongue? Looks like you want to say something but don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
That again? You don't give up easy, do you? All right. I'll toss you a bone. My name's not actually my name. But it's the one I'm enrolled with here at the Academy. The one I've hung on to as the adoptee of House Row. Come to think of it, the last I heard someone use my real name was a very long time ago. From my mom.
When's the last time you've seen her?
Who knows? Maybe someday I'll tell you. Perhaps if you decide to pursue that dream alongside me, you'll find out.
Reminds me of Claude, and how people told me that Claude literally is just an all-purpose moniker, and his actual name. Because obviously, if he was the Almyran Prince, would kind of seem be like, whoa, you here? And you think we weren't gonna notice? All right. Well, I think that does it for the supports. So next up, we have our mission. I'm going to take care of my weapons and all that stuff. And just be aware that before next episode starts, there are things that I want to show you. They're important. I had 4 battles, and I was able to get a lot done in that time. So until then, this has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.